All right, I am finally gonna get started with my, main channel YouTube journey. It's been a long time coming. The last video I created on my main channel was the dating app video, and that was created in California. So I haven't actually made a main channel video for while I was in Japan yet at all. And that's because I've been working on like an audiobook and putting all my focus into that. And right now it's in the stage where I can't really like move forward with the audiobook until I experience more things in Japan, as well as like get like a lot of the situations and dialogue proofread by native Japanese speakers. So I'm kind of like waiting on that, as well as like, you know, meeting more Japanese people and then occasionally asking them like little questions from my dialogue. Like I don't want to like ask them to proofread the whole thing. Obviously, I just met them, but I don't mind. You know, I ask them first, is it okay to ask like a Japanese question? And then I just ask them about like a very small part of the dialogue. And so I'm doing that like over time, and I'm trying to be patient with it. But while we're here in Japan, I also want to make more of like main channel videos. And this one is gonna be a challenge, another 30-day challenge. And this time it's gonna be a very hard one. Probably one of the hardest ones we've done ever. So let's check it out, because we did write down like a whole script actually. I don't think we were actually planning on reading or saying the script like voiceover wise, but we can at least look at it right now. Also, I kind of just woke up like an hour ago, so I might have like morning voice still. Okay, so this challenge is going to be called 30 Days to Achieving a Viral Video. The alternative title is 30 Days of Stealing Ideas. Me personally, I don't really like the idea of stealing ideas, but for YouTube, at least, for this challenge, at least, I'm gonna play a game. YouTube really is a game in a lot of ways. So let's talk about it right now. I'm gonna basically just talk about all these notes. So I'm challenging myself to dedicate 30 days of my life to skill up my content creation game. Within 30 days, I want to achieve 3 goals. Let me move this. Okay, firstly, the easiest goal. Actually create daily videos for 30 days straight. I say that's the easiest goal, but I still feel like it's a pretty difficult goal. This is something that I can fully control, like the other goals I can't. Second goal, achieve a total of 1 million accumulated views across all 30 videos. It's definitely possible, since I got like 10K views for my push-up and pull-up video, as well as 15K for my dating app video. And probably over time, as I make more videos, like people will check out those videos as well. So I just need to make 30 videos that are at least like 3 times better than those ones, because if you do the math, 30 times about 30,000 will eventually get close to 1 million, pretty close to it. So third goal, increase my ad revenue payment to $1,000 for the following month. I currently make, I make 0 from this channel because I'm not monetized. But for my main channel, I made around 200 something, which is very little, by the way. I'm thankful that I have Skillshare, which averages like 500 to 600 right now. So combined, it's really not that much. But I also have like Udemy, and then like my Fiverr stuff, and then like a whole bunch of other things that bring it up to be higher, but it's still really low. So the goal is to increase it from that 200 something to around over 1,000 basically. I don't, it's like a stretch goal for sure. It's definitely a stretch goal, but I know that at least like if I create one good video based on my channel's RPM, CPM, all that stuff, as long as I get like, it's around 1,000 views and I get around $3 to $4. It's a pretty low CPM. So that means if like if we want to reach the goal of 1,000, let's say we want to make 800, right? So that means, let's be generous and say it's $4 per 1,000 views. So if we get 10,000 views, that's $40. If we get 100,000 views, that's $400. So we need to multiply that by 2 and get 200,000 views in 30 days, which actually sounds kind of doable. It sounds more doable than the second goal now that I'm saying it out loud. But yeah, I guess, yeah, 200,000 views to get $1,000 basically, based on how much I'm already getting right now, based on the data right now. So the third goal is actually more achievable than 1 million accumulated views, because if I do get a million, then we multiply that by 10 again, and that's 4,000 actually. So yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I guess I just didn't think about it that much. So flip those goals in terms of difficulty. And finally, a bonus goal: achieve a single video that reaches 1 million views. I feel like it's unlikely to happen because my skill level just isn't there yet, but still fun to try for. And one of the hardest things to decide on is like, at what point do I like consider like the count, right? So let's say on day 1 I made a video, and you know, as I'm doing the challenge, it's 30 days. So I give that video 30 days of accumulation in terms of views and stuff, and then I count that. But what about day 30's video? Like, do I just, you know, the challenge is over, do I just look at it and now that's how many views it got? Do I count it from then? So I'm thinking, and then like if I give that video 30 days, then that means the first video now got 60 days, right? Day 1's video. So I don't really know how exactly I should do it. But I think it makes sense to at least give time for the last video. So maybe 2 to 3 weeks afterwards, maybe even 30 days afterwards. We'll see. It's not a good answer for that question. Anyways, let's continue. My strategy is the 80-20 principle. This is very, very important. 80% goes to focusing on ideation, which is, you know, like, okay, what's the title going to be? What's the thumbnail going to look like? Like, what's the hook of the video? What's the selling point, right? Why should people watch this video? So 80% of my efforts and my focus are going to go into that. And then 20% on the actual, like, rest of the video. So that's like, I guess, most likely going to be scripted content with me doing voiceovers and then like a whole bunch of B-roll, because honestly, I think that's the easiest way to go about it. And occasionally, like, you know, jump in to the camera like this. Probably a better setup, honestly. The lighting is not great. Kind of just dumped my camera where the closet is and started shooting. And I can't even see the framing from this far away, but it doesn't matter for this channel at least. But for my main channel, I definitely want it to be better. So finding spots to actually do recordings, I have to be very, very strategic about this, because I don't want to have to go out like every single day to find like a new spot to shoot, because that's going to be extremely tiresome and inefficient, mostly inefficient. I actually don't mind exploring every day, but like, instead of doing that, scripting multiple videos at once, maybe like the whole week, and then like finding good places to shoot for those different videos. It doesn't even have to be long, honestly. It can just be like very short bursts of dialogue or scripts that I'm reading out to the camera. But I do want it to be in different locations. Like, for instance, like day 1's video will be in Hibiya Park or something for the first 10 seconds. And then a bunch of B-roll with my voiceover, and then more clips of me talking to the camera in a different location, like in the middle, or 25% of the video, in the middle of the video, 75%, and so on. Something like that, because like I said, 80% is going to go into the hook, the title and the thumbnail, and the idea of the video. And I feel like voiceover overall is just so much easier, and I like voiceover. So I like performing and trying to make the voiceover sound like fun in ways. I think less so back then. Less so. I mean, I liked it back then, but less skill. I had less skill back then, so I sounded more maybe like monotone all the time, and a bit more. The microphone definitely helped. Having the microphone that I do, the AT4040, it definitely warms my voice and everything like that, and makes it sound like nicer to listen to. But that's gonna be one of the strategies. We'll see how that evolves over time, but I did used to make a lot of voiceover content back then, and those videos got good views, so I feel like it's not a problem. Let's see, let's keep going. Okay. I wrote down, I think everyone knows at this point, that the initial potential of your idea for the video and the title and thumbnail are crucial to the success of the video. But another element to the strategy is choosing the path of least time. So we basically talked about this, but something that really stuck with me when I heard Alex Hormozy say that the smartest entrepreneurs question the process and how long it really takes to do things. I have in my mind that a successful video on YouTube needs to be meticulously crafted from beginning to end, but recently I've started questioning. Okay, I'm gonna read this a little bit more naturally, okay? I've been doing these 30-day challenges and trying to make a video around it for my main channel videos, but that requires me to actually use like 30 days before creating a video, which is kind of way too long. So instead, what we have decided on is just like try to make the video with the same impact, but just shrink the time frame by a huge amount. An example would be, instead of doing 100 push-ups for 30 days, I did like 1,000 push-ups in one day. The idea is to question every part of the process and how much time it should take to accomplish it, and then try to make it in the least amount of time as possible while maintaining the quality that matters. And overall, like, I think we're gonna maintain good quality. We're not gonna like have really bad quality in the videos. I think as long as the audio is really good and the video is like solid, and the content is scripted or organized, like, it's gonna be a decent video at the very least. So with that in mind, and even for my main channel videos where I'm like talking off the cuff, I still like it. I still personally enjoy like making the video, and I feel like the videos are not like low or bad quality. It's definitely messy, but it's not like bad. Anyways, so the daily action steps that I just decided on, again, I feel like this is me from the past. I wrote this like a month ago, so I'm kind of updating it in my head right now. Daily action steps: research, scan already viral videos and recreate their titles and thumbnails. So that one's very vital. I feel like I'm not going to go into this blind, and I'm also going to, like, I guess, let go of my pride, because for a while I was just like, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't do this thing. I don't do this thing of like creating weekly videos where I'm like trying to get views, where the content is always very similar. It's always in a niche. It gets kind of boring that way, But for this challenge, I am going to become a YouTuber, basically, which in my head is doing those things. Basically, you're trying to play with the algorithm. You're trying to come up with ideas where it's going to get a lot of views and be successful. You're doing the research. You're seeing what everyone else is creating. You're making your own version of it, basically, stuff like that. So I am going to do that for once in my YouTube, I guess, career, YouTube life, and see where it goes. This is what the challenge is all about. And that's why I might title it like 30 days of stealing ideas or something like that, because I will be taking a lot of inspiration from the ideas that are already successful out there on YouTube. And I'm letting go of my pride in terms of like being like, ew, why would I do that? I hate that. Like, I don't want to steal ideas. I want my stuff to be original all the time. And I actually do really want my stuff to be like always original in some way. And they still will be. It's just the title and the thumbnail and what I'm talking about. Those things are, I'm just entering the space and joining in on the conversation, basically. Okay, so create 3 variations on titles and 3 variations of thumbnails. That's definitely gonna be tough. The titles, not so much. The thumbnails, I've always had trouble with thumbnails, and I think if there's one thing that I can skill up on for this challenge is creating better thumbnails. For my personal channel, I don't create thumbnails. I maybe like once every like 30 days or something I create a thumbnail for the channel, just because, like, let's say snow in Kinkakuji, I was like, oh, that day's so amazing, I took like this great photo, I'm gonna use it as my thumbnail, you know. But otherwise I just let YouTube decide what the thumbnail is for me. Yeah, I just feel like there's no time to create thumbnails for my personal channel because it's my personal channel. I don't really care that much like if a video gets like an enormous amount of views. I'm not trying to maximize view potential for my personal channel. I kind of just like creating things and like making fun titles. Titles I feel like I'm trying to like practice with my personal channel because I get to just create a lot of videos and like really quickly, like daily basically, and at the very least I can practice with my titling, right? And I feel like overall I have improved with titling because of my personal channel. Because sometimes I notice like certain videos get like more views. I do a thing which is kind of funny, like, so in Safari is where I look at my personal channel's YouTube, and I have Safari like, it's not like full window, it's like kind of closed to the point where when I look at YouTube Studio and I'm looking at my videos, I don't see the view count unless it becomes 1,000. So basically I'm like scrolling, and this is a way to protect myself because back then I was like very sensitive to how much of a video got in terms of views and stuff, and in terms of like how many thumbs up and thumbs down and all that stuff. So then that's why I did this. I just shrunk the window so that I just never see it. I just never see that information. I only see the view count if it reaches 1,000, and I just see a 1 there at that point. So if a video does really well, then I'll see a 10, and that's like 10,000. But I think the only video that ever did that was like my gymnastics one maybe, and the Accutane one. But yeah, that's what I do. But it allows me to at least see the videos that did really well, and then I'm looking at those titles and I'm looking at YouTube's generated thumbnail, and like obviously the thumbnail is probably not the reason, it's probably the title, right? So I'm looking at the title and being like, okay, that's a good title, I need to like create more titles like that one basically. So yeah, that's something that I've gotten practice with. But the thumbnail side of things, not really. I really need to up my game with that. So if anything, this challenge is gonna do that for me, is force me to practice making thumbnails. Okay, next, craft the hook of the video carefully and execute. So that one is gonna be like, you know, scripted stuff, and I'm gonna have to plan out where we need to film that. I think we're gonna do that today, and then film the rest of the video very quickly. Lots of talking head from bullet points and slap on previous B-roll. Previous B-roll just means like B-roll I've recorded over time in my whole video life career thing. So talking head from bullet points. So me practicing talking on camera like this is also another method that I was thinking we could do. I don't know how much I want to do that because it kind of lowers the conciseness of the video for sure. I don't mind doing it on occasion, but maybe not all the time. But I do feel like scripting the entire video for everything does kind of get hard. So I can see why past me a month ago was like, let's do bullet points. It also allows me to, you know, make better use out of the locations I go to film. So I can just like riff with the camera instead of, but I think I'll do like a hybrid. I'll do a hybrid where it's like, okay, this part I can riff and then I'll script other parts. Especially if it's gonna be for voiceover, because yeah, I think I'll do a mixture for sure, because it helps, I guess, with like keeping the video fresh in terms of like how the viewer feels. Oh, like it's a new scene. Oh, it's back to voiceover. Oh, it's a new scene again, stuff like that, you know? So yeah, let's do a mixture. Let's do a mixture. And I feel like at this point I have become so much better at talking to the camera compared to like a month or two ago. So I still go on tangents a lot though. Let's keep going. Edit hook carefully. Edit rest of video quickly. I suppose creating a short based on the long form video is also a good idea. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I feel like it is a good idea, but I mean, if I have the long form video, it shouldn't be that hard to create like the short form video. I might as well do it. And it could help with getting the views and everything for the main channel. So, and the last one is post it, and then title swap if the video stagnates. So I need to like set a reminder, maybe like a week or two after, to change the title of a video if it stagnates. That's kind of annoying though. Like, I don't like, imagine having to do that for 30 videos, just like tracking like every single one of them, like that I created every single day. That sounds like a huge headache, to be honest. But I think I'll just do like a bulk overlook once like 1 week happens. I'll look at all 7 videos and be like, okay, this one looks like it basically isn't getting any more views. I'll change the title of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll practice because I have very little skill with or experience with looking at analytics in YouTube. So this is gonna really change a lot of things I know. It's gonna increase my knowledge and skill overall if I'm able to stick to this, which I will be, because like there's 2 things I'm trying to do here in Tokyo. One is meet other creative people, which I have now. I've went to like 4 different events within a single week where I've met like over 30-40 people. And I cannot keep track of everyone's names. That's like how many people I've met. And I don't know how many of them I'll get to follow up with, but at least I'll follow up with a YouTuber today. Like the only YouTuber I met, which is kind of crazy. I need to actually like reach out to YouTubers personally, because I think they just don't go to those events, I guess. I don't know. Either that or like I didn't meet enough people, or I didn't like talk to them enough, because those events have way too many people. Like it felt like one of the events had around like 50, 60. Another one had 40. Another one had like almost 100 people. I'm just like, this is crazy. I can't. It was overwhelming. I was so drained. I'm still drained. Like yesterday was a rest day, and I'm just drained. But I'm kind of done with that. I'm just gonna follow up with people I've met, see where it goes, and hopefully we become friends. That's another reason why I want to meet them, is to meet creative friends, not just like meet them at events and then nothing happens, right? But that's another topic. Let's keep going. Mindset and expectation. Okay. I'm well aware this is going to be a tough challenge. I'm talking like a script again, okay. I think the hardest part is probably not letting my ego get in the way, because I feel like I know what I want to do, but sometimes my pride and preferences get in the way. We talked about this, right? This time around, I'll give everything I have to playing the game, to the mission. I like asking the question, if you had to make a bunch of videos that you aren't passionate about temporarily so that you can grow an audience to eventually make whatever you want, would you do it? Compare that to being stubborn infinitely and never getting a viewership in the first place. The answer is kind of a no-brainer. Obviously, I'm still gonna make content that like I feel excited about and interested in. I'm not gonna make it about like stuff that I like don't care at all about. I should at least have a baseline level of like some interest. Otherwise, I'm not gonna make it, right? Of course, the goal is to still make content that is related to something that I like and interested in. Okay, I literally just said okay, let's keep going. According to ChatGPT, because I did try to use it as like a YouTube coach at some point, but it's more like gonna be a YouTube assistant. So the top 5 potential topics according to ChatGPT is tech and AI. I do have interest in some tech. I definitely have interest in AI. AI is like, to me, very, very fascinating, and I've been doing a lot of videos related to it, like especially ChatGPT, but I feel like I should try to explore like other AI. Anyways, personal finance is another one, but I kind of don't have that much interest in personal finance, to be honest. Like, other than just making sure I'm able to optimize the use of my money. So at the very least, I can look into that. And then fitness and health, I definitely have a lot of interest in fitness and health. And then travel, I'm in Japan, it's great. Productivity and self-improvement, which is basically what my channel's about. So that's the ranking that ChatGPT has from 1 to 5. I think it might have had like other ones, but I might have just left them out because I had zero interest in it. My main channel is mostly known for self-improvement. I'm currently in Japan working on fitness, trying to get more money through my interests, and using a whole lot of ChatGPT to help me recently. I think I'm in the money to create lots of videos with these 5 topics for now. I'll just scattershot and not necessarily pigeonhole myself into like one niche, but talk about like all 5 in combination in some ways. Maybe not every single time, but yeah. Closing thoughts. This is going to be a fun challenge. I'm planning on documenting the entire process, like on my main channel, on my personal channel. We'll also run a bit of an experiment. Since we already would have made like the thumbnail and title, we'll use the same thumbnail and title on this personal channel right here, but the videos on my personal channel will be like where I don't craft the content at all. No hook, no content plans. I'll simply talk about the video topic and then the creation process for the main video, and probably have like 0 editing. And then after the challenge is complete, we can see how much the content actually matters in comparison to just title and thumbnail. Obviously it matters, right? Obviously. Otherwise, you just make a good title and thumbnail and the content itself that has no relation with whatsoever, of course people are going to click off. So of course it matters. But there's a lot of variables here that I can't control for like the fact that like my personal channel is smaller and not monetized, but it's gonna be an interesting experiment either way, just to see like, yeah, how big of an effect does title and thumbnail have, as long as the content itself is like related to the thumbnail and title. I'm very interested in that. This is just the first phase of this challenge, by the way. The first 30 days. The plan is to improve my skills for ideation, creating good titles and thumbnails, and crafting strong hooks. Right now, I can produce a decently viewed video maybe 20% of the time for my main channel. Let's flip it around and make it 80% of the time. And then I told myself to mark the day. Come on, let's do this. What day is it today?
It's Monday, February 24th, 2025.
Dang, Siri sounded kind of dead, like me right now. Because my voice, I feel it. It sounds so super dead. Anyways, it's Monday, February 24th, and we're going to start... I think we're going to give ourselves a day 0, just to have some prep time, to really refine, like, okay, this is the strategy that we're going to do for week 1. And yeah, I think we'll do that because we have 30 days, right? So I think yeah, we'll have a day 0 where we prep, we prime our mind, we strategize, maybe even like come up with ideas already, and script a little bit. I know that's like a little cheating, but I feel like it's needed. I feel like it's needed for my brain, because part of me was like, maybe I should just do a video every 2 days, you know, because like a video every single day sounds very difficult, but that's a point of a challenge, right? It's supposed to be difficult, and I don't expect myself to be able to do every single day. I expect myself to definitely like fall behind on a day or two, especially like if it's a day where my friend is visiting, for instance, because that's gonna happen in 3 days. But like friends from California are gonna visit, so I'm gonna have to really be on my game to do a video every single day. But I really want to, and it's confusing because my personal channel is gonna be like the time for my personal channel, because I have videos stacked into the future for like 1 month for my personal channel. So I'm like, what do I do? Do I just like upload 2 videos now every single day? I feel like that's the best method, right? One where it's like real time, because I do want to post both for the experiment, right? I want to post the main channel video and the personal channel video with the same title and thumbnail on the same day, and see how it goes, right? You know what would be hilarious is if the personal channel video did better than the main channel video. That would like, I don't know how I would feel about that, but that would be hilarious. Okay, let's get started. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we'll just do 2 videos a day for my personal channel. That's gonna be annoying to navigate. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's for the sake of the challenge. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough challenge, and a part of me is excited. A part of me feels like fired up, but also a part of me is kind of like, damn, I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared about not being able to succeed, about like overwhelming myself, and I don't think I'll burn out. I think at the very least, like for my personal channel videos, I'm just like, I like this. This is fun. I can do this. Like, I don't need to edit. The editing part is probably what I'm scared of the most. Like once I'm like back in it and editing. Scripting, I don't mind scripting. I like scripting. Voiceovers, I love voiceovers. But editing, I'm just like, like I'm gonna have to edit every single day for 30 days. And I just hate editing. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I don't mind saying that I hate it. I just don't ever really want to do it, to be honest. Although I was editing some short videos yesterday, last night, and I was like, this is kind of fun to watch, like me and my friends like mess around with, because we bought like this sushi food kit. Like it's like you create it yourself by dropping in water with like things that I don't know how to call it, what to call it, but it looks like salt and sugar. But anyways, I was rewatching it while editing it, and I was like, this is kind of fun. So maybe in my head, I just have the mental thought of like me hating editing. So maybe it's not true necessarily. I just have this mental block. Need to throw it aside. But either way, like in the future, once we do get that like 1,000 per month, I'm gonna hire an editor. That's the first thing we're gonna do, is hire an editor, because like, yeah, I'm done editing. I don't want to do it that much, especially after doing my personal channel stuff, and like having so much fun with it, like going around, just talking to the camera, just uploading it straight afterwards, and feeling like, yeah, I got to express my idea. I got to share my thoughts. I got to like almost journal, audio journal, video journal in a way. And I'm just like, I like this. I like this so much. But then I sit down and then I have to edit. And I'm just like, this is taking forever. Anyways, okay, that's enough ranting. Let's actually do this. Let's do this. I'm also waiting on something right now. Better be attentive. It's my luggage. A luggage should arrive pretty soon. Okay. I feel like I need more sleep or something. Oh man, I don't feel like 100%. But we're gonna do this anyways. We're tired, and we've been working on an audiobook and going out for the sake of our goals, to meeting people, making one creative friend that's like a close friend that, you know, I can come back to say hi once I'm in Tokyo again, or maybe even like possibly staying longer term in Tokyo or Japan in general. Like I'm feeling like we're heading towards that direction, but at the same time I don't want to decide until like I know certain things. Yeah, and a part of me feels like success with my projects definitely will play a huge role in my decision. So this is like more than just a game for me. This is gonna change basically a lot if I can succeed. So definitely the hardest and most impactful 30-day challenge that I'm doing right now, or that I'm about to start. And I've been procrastinating because I kind of wanted to start in the beginning of February, but I was like, okay, we got to do more for our audiobook right now, because that project, we've been talking about it since like November, and we just haven't done much. But now that we've done a lot of it, I'm just like, okay, we're good. We can actually do the challenge. Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's do it.